Today, Israel announced that they have eliminated the Rafah battalions. And it's interesting because for 20 years, the thinking was that Hamas is an idea and it can't be beat. And all Israel did, so to speak, is mow the lawn, meaning from time to time would go in and to try to scare them or to eliminate some terrorists here and there. But the power of Hamas remained what it was, and there was a conception that there's nothing we could really do about it because, as I said, it's an idea. And then October 7th happened, and Israel had no choice to go in and is on the verge of absolutely destroying Hamas. And now we have the same conception in the north. It's too dangerous, we can't really do it. There are those people who say we don't have the ability to eliminate Hezbollah from Lebanon. And they're doing tit for tat. In the meantime, 80,000 residents are not where they are. Does the Torah have some guidance on this? So we begin this week's Torah portion with the following words. When you go out to war against your enemy, upon your enemy, Hashem will deliver him into your hands. Now, it's interesting. There is another place in the Torah where it says, when war will come into your land, and you will sound the shofar, and you'll cry out to God, you'll do tshuva, then Hashem will save you. So it seems like there's a distinction. Here, it says Hashem is going to be with you, you're going to eliminate your enemies. There, it says you'll call out to God, basically a concept of tshuva, and Hashem will save you from the enemies. What's the distinction? So the explanation is given that it depends what kind of war we have. This week's Torah portion says, when you go out to war, you don't fight the war in your property, in your land. You go out to wage war against them. Like the Talmud says, hashkem lahargai. Someone who comes to kill you, you wake up earlier to kill him. Not wait for him to first attack you. You know that he wants to attack you, you go after him first. You don't allow him to encroach into your property, into your land. The other case is talking about the war comes into your land. Then you're in much greater danger. Then you need a lot more help. Then you need to cry out to God, and certainly still God will help you. But what the message is here is like Prussian General Clausewitz said, that I guess lines of protection are made to be breached. The Rebbe warned about the Kav Bar Lev. There was a line that they made out between the 67 and 73 war that they thought is going to protect against an Egyptian attack. And the Rebbe warned again and again. Sharon says that other generals have said how the Rebbe warned them that it's not going to protect. When you have people coming onto your boundaries all the time, when you have them come literally to your line of defense, shooting balloons with fire balloons on Israel, then eventually you had an October 7th. You had the breach of October 7th. You can't allow them to do that. You have to go out. When you see the intention of your enemy, you have to go out and eradicate them before they come in on you. That's what is happening finally now in Gaza, and that's what needs to happen in Lebanon as well. Now, this is a lesson and a guide for our own personal war as well. We each have a war with our enemy. And what we have to know in our war with our enemy is we can't allow the enemy to... Who's the enemy? The enemy is our nefesh, our animal soul, our yetzer hara, our evil inclination. And so we have to know the following. First of all, we are alevecha. You are upon your enemies. In other words, it's not an equal, balanced fight. You are stronger. You have the ability to succeed over them. Their whole existence is only to bring out your ability to strengthen yourself over them. That's why God has given you this challenge. It's not an equal fighting force, and you could succeed or fail. If you want to succeed, you will succeed. because you're alivecha, you come upon your enemies, on top of them. You're stronger. Not only are you stronger, their whole very purpose is only for you to be successful. That's how you have to come out in. That has to be your way that you stand up towards your enemies. And then, indeed, you will succeed. If that's how you approach it, if that's how you go out to war against your enemies, you will certainly succeed. Because Hashem has only placed them before you for your success. There's a story of a king who wanted to marry off his princess and says, anyway, put her in a tower and says, any fellow who figures out how to get into the tower gets the princess as his wife. And all the people, all the strong men of the kingdom are looking for the hidden door or the trap door or the key, and they can't find it. One guy says, at the end, I'll do it. He takes a few steps back and crashes into the wall, and indeed, it happens to be a cardboard wall, so he breaks straight through it to the princess. And they asked him before, how did you know? He says, I knew the king wanted me to succeed. We have to look at our battles. Each one of us has battles with our evil inclination. Don't see it as a formidable foe. See it as the king wants you to succeed. So if you take the forward stance, you don't allow it to encroach upon you, and have the mindset that you are over, stronger, more powerful than it, then indeed you will win the war.